all know why we're here. So let me ask you a question then. Why the big secret? Truth seekers, but really the true leaders. Keep it grooving, the movement like two-seaters. Turn it up, we're knocking through both speakers. It's time we get the truth from the big secret keepers. Hey, truth seekers, but really the true leaders. Keep it grooving, the movement like two-seaters. Turn it up, we knocking through both speakers. It's time we get the truth from the big secret keepers. Hey, break it down, now can you peep it? They're deceiving all the people. Let me ask you, what's the secret? Misinformation and lies, a devious disguise. They want the EMF blast until our brains is fried. Oh, point their beams in the sky. Oh, it's a movie now. This world is all CGI, their plot is truly foul. But we're here to rise up and bring the real. Time is now, truth seekers, y'all know how I feel. Truth seekers, but really the true leaders. Keep it grooving, the movement like two-seaters. Turn it up, we're knocking through both speakers. It's time we get the truth from the big secret keepers. Hey, truth seekers, but really the true leaders. Keep it grooving, the movement like two-seaters. Turn it up, we knocking through both speakers. It's time we get the truth from the big secret keepers. Hey, why the big secret?
Welcome, everyone. It is Tuesday night, and we're here on the Forbidden Knowledge TV. Of course, I'm Roderick Martin, and I am your host of the Why the Big Secret podcast here, and we're here every Tuesday night, and we've got a great show tonight, and it's right before Christmas, so we're going to get into a few things that I think was pretty interesting, some conversations, and tonight you're going to see a couple of video clips on some people that possibly shape-shifting. So we're going to talk about some of these people who are doing it maybe in the human form. And we're going to see a couple things that could be aliens. And it'll be up to you to decide what you see on these videos tonight. I'm not giving any, approval that, hey, what I found is true to be what it is. There's some interesting videos. And so you, the audience tonight, can dive into some of these videos with me so we can kind of get into them tonight. Because some of these are pretty weird. You're going to see some weird stuff tonight. And right before our eyes, you're going to see. And one in particular, I think is pretty authentic when it comes down to, could this be a reptilian right before our eyes in plain daylight? So we'll get to that as well. Hopefully each and every one of you are getting ready for your Christmas holidays. And so we'll get down to that. Let me get down into the chat here so I can give some shout outs to those who are already here with us. We have Malcolm is here with us as well. We have Loca Red Tarot, I'm sorry. And she's already saying there's going to be some interesting information because, she does some readings. And so we'll get into that a little later. Maybe she'll throw some things in the chat. We got Sonny here with us. Julie is here with us. Gary, Eon is here with us. Brad, we have Mike, Brian, we have Lisa, we have PJ Led. Rona is here with us as well. We have, is that Cassiopeia is with us as well. Macy, we have Deidre, I'm sorry. We have Anan is with us, D is with us, and Anthony and Cranky Pants. All right, so we have that, and Clemency and Mike. And I'm just going down the list. If I miss you, I'm sorry. T-Sec is here, Yolanda, Melvin, John, Shay Energy. Welcome, everyone. Let me just say that. Welcome, everyone. And we're going to get into, I'm going to make some quick announcements and we're going to hop right into the show. We're not going to be here long. We're going to get right to the point of some of the things today, pretty much. So coming up, so that you know, we got a few things that's going to be coming up, and definitely some announcements on Wednesday, tomorrow at 3 p.m. We're going to have a paranormal researcher by the name of Mike Ricksecker. Okay, that's going to be on not Forbidden Knowledge, but Why the Big Secret channel. If you have not subscribed to the channel, there's a link down here in the description of the video. This guy studies all type of stuff from lost civilizations, ETs, and UFOs and government conspiracies. I'm going to be interviewing him tomorrow at 3 p.m. live, so you do not want to miss that. But that's going to be on Why the Big Secret channel, so you definitely want to log in and to do that. Friday at 3 p.m., also on Why the Big Secret YouTube channel podcast, we're going to be interviewing Dr. Robert Scheit. Now, this guy is a retired celebrity pharmacist, and when I say that, yeah, he doesn't give a lot of celebrities a lot of stuff, but now he has some strange things happening, and man, you gotta see it. He's definitely a researcher when it comes down to UFOs, and he's off over at that Marina Del Rey, and you gotta see. We're gonna show some videos of some real authentic things. So it's gonna be 3 o'clock Friday on Why the Big Secret. You can definitely get involved in that real quick. And let me give a shout out to one of the people that is making this show possible. It's going to be Rebecca. Rebecca, go to her website at Clear Space Bodyworks, and you can get some tarot reading, spiritual guidance, energy healing, and more. Rebecca is one of our shout outs for her businesses. And if you have a shout out you want to do to your business as well, it is a contribution to the channel, but we will definitely do that. And if you want, go to whythebigsecret.com and fill out the contact us page from there, and pretty much. And then once again, if you're here for the very first time, put something down in the chat. We want to know. Drop a heart or emoji or something. We want to know who is new, so I can give you an acknowledgement as well. And then if there's anyone else that as far as these truth seekers and everything else, and we're just so happy for each and every one of you from there. So I'm going to get into the show real quick. And yeah, I do have a traditional opening that I normally do. And I don't know. I didn't think I was going to do it today, just pretty much. But you get the point. We here. So let me get ready to talk about some of the things that we are going to be talking about. Let me look in emojis, see if anybody popped in at the bottom here that is new to us. Okay. All right. We're here. All right. So let's talk about shapeshifters. Now, this goes back into methodical times. When we think of shapeshifters, and the prime example of that is the fact that something, someone, or whatever could possibly turn into something else right before your eyes. Okay. Now, we're known shapeshifters, and most of us, if you think about the werewolves or wolves and all that back in the stories, where all of a sudden they just grow into this wolf. Even a credible Hulk could probably be considered a shapeshifter if you're a fan of the Hulk back in the day. But at the end of the day, we're talking about real life shapeshifters. Now, this show is going to cover two sides of this. We're going to cover the human component of this in our second part of the show, where we get people that are out here changing themselves into aliens, and really want to look like some alien, or in some cases, someone else want to look like reptiles. But then we're going to dive into some stories, some things that are happening in real life where people are really being affected by what they seem to have seen, some type of shapeshifter. And then also we're going to get into a few clips where live on camera, you're going to see a couple of people supposedly having some shapeshifter experience. And that'll be for you to decide in the audience the authenticity of that. But we're going to provide it because I think it's some interesting things for you to see. And we're going to jump down into it as well. So where do we begin? We begin with the fact, like I started out in saying, this goes back into methodical times, and the history of that. People have been shape-shifting for quite some time. But now, because being a UFO investigator like myself, And of course, as you know, I've been part of several programs out there. In fact, let me give myself a shout out real quick, as always, so that if you do want to look at a few other things that's going on, I'm actually been featured on Beyond Belief with George Norrie. That just aired about probably about 2 weeks ago. So you definitely want to check that out. You can go find me on Alien Endgame on the Discovery Plus channel right now. That's a show that I'm one of 3 hosts. Check me out there. Definitely go over to Forbidden Knowledge TV. You're going to find 8-episode show that I did there. Also, I'm part of the Black Knight satellite Beyond the Signal documentary as well. And then also you can find me at the Roswell abduction and UFOs. That's on Fox Tubi, and definitely there. And then an upcoming show for Regina Meredith. And then there's 3 segments or 3 episodes or shows that I did with Ancient Aliens, which will air in the season 15. So we'll definitely want you to check that out. So giving you that history, now you know why I am so intrigued about not only UFOs, extraterrestrials, people's experiences, but now when it comes down to the shape-shifting stuff, because I get a lot of stories. I've covered a lot of reports where people have, I'm actually a certified UFO investigator with MUFON, but I get a lot of emails. I get reports of people saying what they saw, or my grandmother or my cousin, I think they're an alien, they look like it, their eyes did all of this stuff. And so, and a lot of them didn't really provide a lot of photographs, but so that led me and the producers and the researchers to say, you know what, let's go out here and see if we can scum up some things out on the net. And we got some good ones for you. So we do. But when it gets down to shape shifters, this is, when it comes down to this alien thing, why would we have them? Well, let me just tell you, we got hybrids out there right now. We have stories of hybrids, and there's people that's probably in this show watching us now. There's potential hybrids because people always tell me they think there are aliens. And if you are an alien and you want to walk among us, yeah, you're going to have to develop some type of shape-shifting technology, because you would have to, because your self or the way that they look cannot possibly be seen by our human eyes. Now, if you know that Anthony, Canadian Awareness, a lot of you seen him on the shows, and he's definitely a authentic reptilian channeler. And so definitely make sure, again, you subscribe to Why the Big Secret. We're going to be doing some Q&A and a live channeling session. So you don't want to miss that. And that's coming up in a few weeks. But he talks about these extraterrestrials and reptilians walking around. He gave me a couple pictures. He's like, hey, check this one out. And you see this for a moment, and you hear stories of people always talking about how reptilians could walk through the walls, and most people will mess their pants up. They would, just can't hold their bodily functions because of the fear and the menacing sights of this. And so that makes sense. That makes sense. Why would they want to shapeshift? Because at this point, we can't handle the truth of seeing them in their authentic forms. Okay. And with that being said, it gets deeper. There was a report that happened not long ago, and this was back in 2021. This was a court documents of a teen allegedly stabbed his dad to rid the body of a shape-shifting reptile. This is in 2020. Now, this is a live instance where a human being saw his father, and he thought his father at this point allegedly was shape-shifting, and he said, I got to kill him. I can't do, or I got to kill it. And so let me play the actual newscast for you, and then we'll get into this conversation.
Nearly a year after police say he brutally attacked his father, a young man is arrested. The incident happened last March at a home in Tempe. Court paperwork shows Isaiah Gentry is accused of hitting his dad in the head with a statue before stabbing him 20 times with a steak knife. The victim was able to escape to a neighbor's house. Despite the severity of the attack, documents show the victim's injuries were non-life-threatening. Police say Gentry told them he tried to kill his father because a, quote, shape-shifting reptile had taken over. Gentry had been hospitalized and was recently released and arrested on an attempted murder charge.
Now, what do you think of that? You watching it, this is a clip, and you have someone, a young man, who felt that his father was shape-shifting into some type of alien or reptile, And he's like, look, that ain't my father. I got to whack this dude off. And this is not the only story like that. This happens all the time. I get people a lot of times that report, and we read reports that people are seeing, but it really boils down to these reptilian eyes. So I do have several videos I'm going to show you along in the show here shortly of reptilian eyes, of what is going on out here. And okay, yeah, we got the stories of Beyonce. I'm not going to get into those kind of clips. We got the story of Britney Spears, who at some point was showing her eyes and all that. And some of those things could be. But there was a lady in Russia named Zana. And if you have not seen some of her videos, and the first one you would think could have been some CGI, right? Because our eyes, and she's been paraded around on different shows where they have wanted her instantaneously in front of you change her eyes or go into reptilian form. Now, there was a show on conspiracy theory that the governor, the ex-governor, if y'all remember this guy, and he did a whole set of conspiracy theories, and he was like, okay, we're going to do one on reptilians. And he actually did a scene where this guy went into the reptilian channeling form, and supposedly the eyes shifted as well. So this is supposed to be some type of not skill set, but they do have the power to show their reptilian form when it comes down to this. So I'm about to show you a couple of clips with Zana, who is in Russia, and she's been on several shows. So that led me to believe that maybe she's authentic when it comes down to this, because she's just doing this on the fly. And then there was a couple of clips where, the guys asked her, can you do this? And one guy after the clip, you'll see the newscast guy, he was terrified after what had happened. He was really terrified. So let me show you that clip. Now, stick around, because there is going to be a couple of clips that we're going to get into with this newscaster guy. He's a brother. He was actually given a live newscast, and the story led that there was supposed to have been some kind of, bug or, grasshopper flew by his mouth. But what happened was a reptilian tongue supposedly came out. It's a little blurry. I got that clip for you. We're going to show that shortly as well. But let's get into a couple of things with Zana and give you some backstory there. So let me begin with, she's in Russia. And there was the first time I ever came across some of her footage. She was given a live interview at a church, and she was just sitting there, and all of a sudden her eyes just slid right there. And I was like, whoa. And for a minute, I was like, okay, this just cannot be happening. But when I saw her on 2, 3, 4, 6 other different places, different clothing, and people was capturing the same thing, it's almost like she was willing to let us know that, you know what, I can do this right in front of you. So here's one of the clips that I want to kind of show. And then I blew up a couple times where her eyes, you be the judge. After you send this, after you see this, post your comments real quick in the comment section. And I'm going to bring some of those forward, telling me your thoughts of what we're looking at here. And let's go with this first clip.
Просьбе наших друзей. Моргни, пожалуйста.
Okay, so did y'all see that, right? I made sure I blew it up, the first one, so you can kind of see when she was, because she does this on like a spiritual call. She'll call it up, so to speak. And you can see how she prepared. And I'll show you another video of how she's done it as well. And she prepares you. She'll be like, here it comes. And boom, it hits. And I'm like, whoa. But anyway, did you see the shift? And like I said, this wasn't CGI. And then you can kind of Google this later on in the show. And then let me go here and look into comments, see what you think, so we can kind of go, let me scroll and catch up with some of these right now. All right. So you saw the clip, and I'm going to play it again. Then I'll play a couple of other clips as well, pretty much there. And make sure you guys, if you find in value, like the video. I don't want to have to get my little pillow back here behind me, which is the like button. So I will definitely want you to press the like button from there, and let's go. So let me catch up with the comments and see. All right. So I didn't see this early, but here we go. We have Akil, appreciate for the shout out or the super chat there. Let's everybody tell him thank you, or he, she, Akil, pronouns or whatever. We'll go with that. And so let's get our way down to I'm just trying to catch up with the comments for you, and then we'll hit this really hard from there. All right, so right here, somebody said, I think she is a reptile. Hey, and someone else, Leslie, said could be CGI. But Leslie, I got another video for you, and we're going to get into that. Let's see. Have anyone noticed? All right, we'll get to that in a minute. Looks like a camera flash, Anthony says. Anthony, I thought about that as well. We wanted to do some photo and video analysis when it came down to that. I'm going to play it again, and then I'm going to show you guys another one, a whole totally different setting with this woman, and you're going to see how she does this. And I don't think it's no CGI. I don't think it's any camera, whiz thing or whatever. I think it's the real deal. So let me look here some more and say, okay, cats. talking about cats. Adjusting to light is pretty much. Other people said they can't tell. So I'm going to play the same clip again for you, and then I have another one for you. And then later on in the show, we're going to show something that I thought was pretty weird. You guys can get it, of a shapeshifter that supposedly had happened in a movie theater. They actually were filming it with a mobile phone, where this one changed right there and looked like the other person. Everybody ran out the theater. They was all upset, and we'll show that a little bit, and we'll decide fake or real or whatever we want to do, but it was really good. Okay, so let me show you again the video clip, and let's go with it right now.
Просьбе наших друзей. Моргни, пожалуйста. Моргни. Спасибо.
People, I'm not calling that CGI. And reason why, because in the next moment, I'm going to show you another clip, a whole different setting, and I shorten it up real quick so we can get right to the point. And she literally did this, and she was like, are you ready? And she goes, here, boom. And now makes me wonder if she is an authentic type reptilian, or she's doing this. Why would you want to do this as openly as possible? And it makes a lot of sense, because we're not going to believe it anyway. And y'all know my whole stance is your eyes are useless when your mind is blind. You have to think why. And most of us, if our mind is not going to comprehend the fact that this is possible, then it don't matter what you see. So for those of you who are looking at some of these videos, if you do not think that extraterrestrials exist, they are here, they're hiding among us, walking among us, then you're probably gonna be like, you know what, this is not happening. So let's get into the second clip, and you be the judge of what we're going to see here. And we got plenty more things. Then we'll get into the human factor of this shape-shifting and craziness, and how crazy it gets nowadays. And then I'm gonna show you some other clips on the back end that I think that you're gonna really enjoy. So let's get into the second clip, as I promised. Take a look at it, focus on it. We'll watch it a couple of times. I'll get into the comment section and kind of see what your thoughts and where we can go with this. But in the meantime, let's check this out.
Tienes un gran futuro. Y recuerda, te estamos observando. No nos decepciones. Gracias, amigos.
Muchas gracias.
And the brother was like, what the heck is going on? And yeah, I put the little music behind her because she was speaking some Spanish, and I didn't know. And I didn't think you would know either. Maybe a couple of you may know what she was saying. So I was like, whatever. But this was actually a live interview. Now you can go yourself and you can Google Zana, and you'll see she was at some ministry. She was at different places where this was happening. And it was what it was in, and so I thought it was pretty real. Crystal says, let me put this up here, Crystal. You did a little long thing here. It's worthy here. This is real to me. I've seen a lot of these videos, and I follow professional men who video movies, and he said it's not the camera flash that will more than her eyes will be seeing that flickering. I'm with you on that. I think it's one of those things. The man looked like he was commenting on Jesus, Jacquez. I get you. And I was laughing when I first saw his expression, like, darn, and pretty much. But someone else says, we are watching you. We will be with you. And okay, so that's not there. reptilian seeded dinosaurs. All right. She also said no deception. Oh, is that what she said? Okay. Appreciate it, because I didn't catch the Spanish. And so I'm gonna play it again. You check it out. Y'all let me know. And we're gonna move on to some couple other parts of the conversation. But in the meantime, we got some other shape shifting things that I'm gonna show you too. But I just want to kind of get where we are with this lady. So let's play this again, and you tell me.
Tienes un gran futuro. Y recuerda, te estamos observando. No nos decepciones. Gracias, amigos.
Muchas gracias.
And so his eyes was priceless. He was like, oh Lord, right? And pretty much, so I just thought that was funny too from there. But people, I'm telling you, listen to me closely. If you're listening to me, I have gotten reports as a UFO investigators, and people will say this happened to them a lot of times. I even took the time to talk to my guy, Anthony, and he says this happens a lot in Vegas. And I'll get Lonnie to hit me with the document again so I can pull up some of the things that he said. Yeah, Lonnie, if you can put it into the chat box so I can get to it. So, I mean, not the chat box, but yeah, our chat box. And when I talked to Anthony about it, and he was going to come on here with us tonight, but he's busy with his family, he said this happens a lot. He said that they actually are seeing a lot in Las Vegas, and which probably is the perfect place because there's so much happening down there, and who would even be not drunk enough to realize you walked up on somebody and their eyes kind of whatever. He said they're there, and this is what he says allegedly, that they're there having sex with people. They're there doing so many different things that we can't really see them. But there are some humans that operate in certain densities that do have an opportunity that they can't see them. And they're pretty much. So here's the doc here. Let me get to a couple of the things that he was saying to me, and I'll just kind of share this with you. He says Earth Bates, and this is from the Authentic Reptilian Channeler. Okay, and he talks about shape shifting, and he's saying how these reptilians do this. So I'm gonna read this to you. He says that Earth-based reptilians who live and reside within Earth, like they're here with us, and under or in the Earth is different densities on the levels on Earth, and those ones are known as what we call shape-shifting beings. Okay, off planet, he said they don't shape shift, and it doesn't matter. But he said Earth-based reptilians are born here. Okay, so they're actually born here. They walk among us. All right. So that's pretty okay. And he said that so that these humans, so that they can know humans very well. And he said they know how much light and color we can see. So obviously he's saying our optical lenses on our eyes make it enable for us to really see them in the densities we really can't see. So he said they know our fears and emotions, and so they know how to manipulate us, including visual perceptions. Now, we've heard that a lot, you know, and especially, again, in my particular field, that they hear. So I personally would tell you, I have no doubt that they walk among us. Extraterrestrials do. I have no doubt of that. I know too many people that are hybrids and show some evidence of being hybrids. I know too many people who study them. I know too many people who have done past regressions on people and come out with the fact that some of these people are hybrids and everything else. But it's to a point now that we're seeing these things out here. We're seeing little stuff happening, but again, most people is not believing it. So he also says that shape shifting is more than an old primitive word. Okay. And in humans who see with vertical eyes is being in an astral or dream state immediately, we can't see it. So we think it's shape shifting. So there's more. I'll get to that a little later. I'm going to play the same clip again, and then we're going to get into something else. And let me catch up with the chats here for a moment as well. All right. So what are we seeing down here? Let me get to the bottom. And again, so while we're doing that, if you have not had an opportunity, we can put our link to the, let's see here. All right. All right, so I love Dr. Greer, and Billy Carson has a great interview with him for a few months ago, and I believe that real Dr. Greer, Stephen Greer, Benevolent, put his reptilian impersonator is Benevolent. All right, so we're there now. All right, so we have, let's see, saw it for the first time there. Okay, so what I want to do is we're going to move into showing a couple of people who have decided that they want to become reptilian. This is scary enough, and this is happening a lot. So we're going to look into that real quickly as well. Gregory says many celebrities are reptilians or clones, is what he's saying. And like Dave Chappelle, who went missing for 10 years ago. I'm not validating that, but Dave Chappelle went missing because he said he was tired of dealing with the foolishness, and he came back. But we get now, another thing that I've heard about these reptilians are these shapeshifters. They do, like from David Icke, if you ever heard of him, he always says that they like to take positions of high authority so they can be in ruling areas when it comes down to ruling civilization. And so that's one of the things that they do as well. All right, so let's go into the human factor of this. And then after that, we'll get back into showing you some other shapeshifters live on set and what they were doing. We now know that there's a lot of fascination when it comes down to reptiles. There's a lot of fascinations when it comes down to extraterrestrial. But there's a few people out there that are taking this to a whole nother level, and they want to be some type of reptile, or they want to shapeshift themselves into, I just have to show you the videos. I just got to show you the videos, which is just darn right crazy when it comes down to it, but people are doing it. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you some clips we're going to talk about. And I'm going to show you a quick flash of something we're going to talk about later on in the show. Look at it real quick because it's going to be 1 second. And it's a guy, he's a reporter, and you're going to see his little tongue. Now, I'm going to show you the full version of that later as well. But I just got to show you this so that you know it's coming up. Check this out real quick, just real quick.
Woods desk.
Ha, y'all see that? Y'all, did you see it? You want to see it again? You want to see it again? You want to see it again? I want to show you again.
Woods desk.
Did you see the tongue right here? I'm going to show you the full video about this and what really happened and the backstory of what happened and what we see what's happening. We'll get back into that a little later. But let's get into what's happening out here with some of these humans that are doing this. There's a lady, she's just turning into a reptile. I'll show you her video, and then I'll show you a guy. He's calling himself the dark alien, okay? And he also made a comment, and this is real life people, okay, that he can't find a job. And I'm thinking, really? You can't find a job? All right, so let's go with the lady first and check this out.
I am a genderless dragon.
These are real people. Real people. My question is, why? Why would someone go through life alterations where there's people out there, everyone, that are taking their ears off, they're splitting their tongues, their noses. I'll show you that in a moment. And they're turning themselves into the fascination that they want to be an alien. Now, we call this, and there's actually medical term in ufology, is FPP, fantasy prone, personality prone, or whatever, where people just keep taking this thing too far. And it usually starts with people who says, I want to see a UFO. I got to see a UFO. Why I'm not seeing a UFO? Why I'm not me? Why I'm not special like the other people to see a UFO? But these people have taken this to a whole nother level when it comes down to this. And this is prominent. Now, you may walk up on somebody like this, and I mean, they're taking the point of putting these things in their heads, They're doing their eyes. Yeah, I'm gonna show you something that's gonna blow you away. They're doing their eyes. They're doing all of these things, trying to turn into this animal, whatever. Let me look into some of the chat. Some of you guys have a lot of things that you're saying here, and I can't even keep up with it. Oh my God. So anyway, yeah, we'll get into it. Someone says shape-shifting dad story is BS. Nothing more than a feed the frenzy happening around aliens and reptiles. So what do you mean, Auntie, when you said it? You're saying that the guy's getting ready to go to jail. He stabbed his dad, who's in the hospital, because he felt that his dad, he thought he saw, he could have been high, but whatever he was, he thought his dad wasn't a shapeshifter or reptilian, and the dude was like, no, I'm not having it. And so that's something. Okay, some of you guys are saying these people are possessed. Oh my Lord, some of you are like nothing but mental illness. It's possible. And in that first one, let me go back to it. He's transgender. He's a man who turned into a woman dragon. I'll play it again, and then I'm gonna play the next one. And so you can kind of look at it again for those who just hopped on with this real quick. So let me shoot that one again. I call it the lady dragon. I'm just saying, but he's actually a guy who transformed himself into a woman lizard.
I am a genderless dragon.
And I stand corrected. She's a genderless dragon. But what you're about to see next is a guy. And this dude took it to, I don't know. I know like 1 to 10 being the highest level, okay? And 10 being the highest. He's like at a 30. That's what I'm talking about. And then he has the notion that nobody will hire him. And I'm like, I would. We can find something that we can do with this new you. So you're about to see a video, and I really want to hear what you got to say about this one. And check this out, and then we'll get, like I said, into some other parts of the show that you're going to hear about that reporter, and then we'll talk about some things that will supposedly happen in a movie theater. I don't know about the video as much, but we're going to talk about it. We can kind of go into there. But let's go into this guy. He calls himself the Black Alien. He's turning himself into the Black Alien. And let's see if he did it. You tell me what you think. We'll go. I don't know how we can do a poll. Did he work? Did he make it? Anyway, let's just let you see this thing. And by the way, people, I stopped it. That is not movie makeup. That is not a mask. That is not somebody who went over to Disney or Halloween store and decided to paint his face. Well, there's tattoos, but the reconstruction of his body and all of these things is as real as it can get. His eyes, all of that. So I just want to put that out there. So don't even go there. Check it out. Did y'all see the green tongue? That was his last part of, well, he actually went and had his nose removed. He is reporting that he's having trouble breathing now because he had most part of his nose. He had both of his ears removed, and he recently have had his tongue splitted and then tattooed green. And he called himself to be a black alien, or an alien, he's called it because he's being black. Not black as I am black, but he the color. He's doing those things. And so it's someone says if you have reconstruct yourself like that, that's self-hate. And it's I talk about he's about to cut off some toes next. I don't know what he's gonna do when it gets down to that, but it takes you into two sides of this. You can probably assume that these authentic reptilians are like, look, they're kind of ticked off, maybe, who knows? Now, someone says body modification is the artistic expression, is not mental illness. Okay. I'm not saying he's crazy at all. I'm just saying that something. I'm not saying that, but and he may be. He's totally, doing what he's doing, and in the greatest state of mind of all things. And I'm sure that's one of the things that somebody talk about get a tail. If the reptilians wanted him, he would have been one by now. All right. Those are those personal things that we get into. But, this guy is really taking his time doing this in one of those things. Now, again, with Anthony, the Canadian awareness, he also stated to me, and he says, Roderick, shifting of their energies. He's talking about these reptilians that are shape-shifting, that are here among us, that walk among us, makes them shift from their true form into whatever they want. Now, something he said that they can shift whatever they want, which brings us to a clip that we're going to show in about 5 or 10 minutes. So make sure you stick around, of a shapeshifter that was in a movie theater with a girl with her guy, and they get into this argument, and people with the phones are showing it, and somehow she taps him, turns into him instantly with the same clothes on. This guy falls onto the floor, and his eyes turn white. People start running out the theater. You'll see the people come up and they're trying to see, and he gets up and run out. You can kind of see what that's going to go from there. But anyway, he said they can also go between our third density layer into their home of the fourth density. And the more that they involve through their own evolution, so that they can have more control of their energy shifting. And we're not able to do that. So he says a lot of them, now listen to me, if you're in Vegas, this is Anthony, the Canadian awareness. He says, so some of them shift into human form and they go clubbing. All right. And it sounds humorous enough. He said, but they go clubbing in Las Vegas and some have sex with our women. Some actually live in our societies. And let me put this right here. Boom. All right. Appreciate it. Something's not right about doing that to yourself. Extreme. I know, Akil. Appreciate it. But thank you for the super chat. Really thank you for that. And he says that some come up occasionally, listen up, to peek and spy. Each time they do, they shift into what he considered a human blend. And so that's pretty interesting when they do that. And like I said, I have something that we'll talk about that moment and pretty much. So I'm gonna go back and play this video again of the guy, the black alien. Okay. In the chat, and I don't even want to get off target, be like, okay, would you date somebody like that? Or for those of you saying he has his artistic ability, is this what he's doing? Would this guy bring your daughter home and then begin to transform her into his alien mate? What would you say about that? So let me kind of, for those of you saying, hey, it's all good, let him do what he do, and we can do that. So let me play it again and just tell me your thoughts. So y'all saw that tongue action, right? Okay, I'm not even gonna get into that side. We might have kids, and I will tell y'all, make sure you put the kids to bed. So I'm not gonna say anything about the tongue and whatever, and if that's something that somebody would like and love to experience. But all I'm saying is this dude You saw the picture where he was a bodyguard, good looking fellow, and now he sent somebody he got issues. You know, I think his issues got issues. That's just me, but like y'all was saying, he could be in just totally a great guy, and this is what he want to do, and that's his artistic thing. But you know, what about the people who are doing this to these people? What about the people who, laugh out loud, put Marley, put the kids to bed. You know, I'm telling you. So, what about the people that's doing this? The doctors who are allowing this person to come in and cutting his nose off, knowing that that's a problem. He also said he had his top lip recently. I was reading an article taken off, and now it's hard for him to talk. So it's going to a point where it's getting worse for his normal life, but yet he's trying to achieve this goal. And where do it stop? My question is, any of you doctors in the house or anyone know any plastic surgeons or anything? Is there any place where they should just stop and not do this to him? Or now he's gone so far, take the money, right? If any of you know doctors or you are doctors or whatever, what do you think about that? Should there be a point? Iveta says, I think he has an obsession. Oh, he's past that point. Oh, he way past the obsession point. He's at a point of no return. It ain't coming back to his, that other picture that was over to the left when him, with his muscles and all that, them good looks. That's not, well, both looks could be good. All right. So how about this? You have an opportunity, whoever's listening to me right now, and we're going to get into the last of these other videos. You have an opportunity to stand out in the crowd. And I'm not joking, but which one of you women would date this dude? Please put, I would. And I'll make sure you get your notoriety. Maybe it's your moment. Maybe you just want people to be seen. I don't know. Who would date this person? Who's got the courage? I'm going to bring him home and say, this is my man. And we possibly may, decide to make some offspring and whatever. This is my man. How could he even raise the kids? Kids would be terrified. All right. So anyway, that's standing out too far. I got you. All right. Somebody talk about hell no. Laugh out like no. All right. Some of the women like, nope, you're not doing it. You get what I'm saying? So, we want to be all, sensitive about the situation. But if he came home with your daughter, Houston, we got a problem. We got a big problem. And I don't think him and the other two would. I'm not judging anyone. Laugh out loud. I made the statement. Okay. That's good. New England says lots of women wanted to date Ted Bundy after. Boy, that been some nut stuff, but you're right. I get it. Nicole says she's late. So, yep, you are late. And all right. So what we're going to get now is we're going to go into this couple other videos I want you to see. Now, this is a reporter. He's on the job, and I'm going to show you the first clip first. He's on the job, and somebody talking about Wadi said, not with my daughter. All right, that's cool. Someone who had this is someone's child. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's someone's child. So it could possibly be somebody's father, brother, cousin, and soon to be grandfather, whoever. But that's just where it is. All right, so what I'm going to show you now is a video clip of the storyline has it that there was a grasshopper that flew in this guy's mouth while he was about to give a report. He's a reporter. And although that probably did happen, and maybe it triggered his reptilian senses. But if you look real quick, and that could be the grasshopper or it could be his tongue. Most people now are reporting that it was his tongue. And then I'm going to show you the entire video, how he kind of played it off, or did he play it off? And he was mad, and you tell me. So let me show you a couple quick clips real quick. And we're going to get into the main clip. So this is a quick clip. I want you to look at his tongue, and then we're going to get into another clip, and then I'll show you the entire version of that clip. Fair enough? All right. So here we go.
Wood's desk.
Did y'all see that, right? All right. That was him at the mic. We're going to go again.
Wood's desk.
All right. So it's a little blurry, but this thing got spreaded around really quick. So let's go into a more of a little longer version, and then I'll give you the entire 30, 20 second of the whole thing. So then you can give your reactions.
What happened on that Thursday here at Augusta High School that led to Chris Wood's death?
Okay, y'all see that? All right, let me look in the comments and see if y'all with me on that. They said a bug flew in his mouth. That's something that they said, but if you look, you're gonna see the tongue. Okay, so let's go again. We're gonna go again and give you a chance to see it. It is a little blurry, girl from the Bay. Just focus on the man's lips. I want y'all to focus on the lip. I'm gonna show you the quick one, the second one, and then we'll go to the. I don't have the ability to slow it down. I wish I could for you. That's why I have it in different motions. This is the fast version.
Wood's death.
You see that? Okay. Here's the second version.
What happened on that Thursday here at Augusta High School that led to Chris Wood's death?
So what do y'all think? Before I show you the full version, what do y'all think? Somebody said that was a snake or a lizard tongue. I know, Marcy. I'm agreeing with you. I'm telling you, funny what he said after. Yeah, I'm gonna play that for y'all. His bulging eye sockets gave it away for me. Someone else like they seen it. Okay. Yeah. What was that one black tongue? That's what they're saying, that he was a reptilian type shapeshifter is what they're saying. Okay. And put it on there. Someone says, what he says. All right. 1,400 people here live, 99 likes is disrespectful to the host. Symbols, you know what? That could be great. We got, I can't see the likes right now. Yeah, we got 1,400 people here. Yeah, come on, guys. Hit the like button. Take the second. Hang on. I'm going to have to give you another part, but we're going to play that again for you, and you tell me.
What happened on that Thursday here at Augusta High School that led to Chris Wood's death?
Like the video, please. There we go. If you find it value, like the video. That's it right there. And I got this pillow for y'all. I really did, because sometimes you can't hear, but you can see. And we can do that. All right. So I'm going to play the entire clip, though. So let me go back to the comments real quick. I'm going to play the entire clip. And someone says, oh, y'all really getting it tonight. He just tried. Okay. All right. Someone said, I don't see it. What do you mean you don't see it? What? It's right there. All right, so let's play the entire clip, and you probably get some jokes about it right now. Nicole says over 500 likes. Thank you. Like the video from there, and here's the whole clip for you, and then we have something else after this for you as well. So here's the whole clip.
What happened on that Thursday here at Augusta High School that led to Chris Wood's death?
The fuck is that? Shit! I'm dying in this fucking country ass fucked up town. Shit flying in my mouth. The fuck, I can't see pollen. Let's get the fuck out this country, motherfucker. I can't even see me.
Okay. Oh boy, I thought that was so funny. All right, appreciate it. And thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the super chat from there. That was my point. Somebody just said it. He knew he was exposed, and then he tried to make a joke out of it. That's what I thought. I thought the tongue thing was real. And then I was like, he then turned to make a joke out of it, right? So I thought, I said the same thing. I really did. But that was one of the things. I agree with you 100%. I was thinking the same thing, Bobby. I was like, yeah, he got caught, he got busted. And there you go, from that. So that was it from there. And let me see. Someone else about Roderick, damn well he didn't have no long tongue. What do you mean? Did you not see the tongue? Did y'all not? Okay, I'm gonna show the tongue again. Talk about, I think Billy's about to call you, buddy. Yeah, right. I know, right? So, but it's one of those things that you look at and be like, okay, fine. All right. I'm gonna show it again real quick, and then you can see the time. Then we're gonna get into one of our other last videos. All right. So
Woods desk.
the quick part of that wasn't altered, no CGI. All right. So could that have been the butterfly, the grasshopper itself, or could it actually been his tongue? Take a look at it again, and this is in real time.
Woods desk.
You get what I'm saying? And then, of course, again, he, and I'll show a shorter version.
What happened on that Thursday here at Augusta High School that led to Chris Wood's death?
And so I didn't see him. I didn't see him to something fly up. Did y'all see anything fly? You watching it in real time. Did you see something fly? Because we would have saw the grasshopper, right? As big as that thing was, and we would have saw something to the sort of that right off the back. And so some people saying, okay, if it was a grasshopper, he hated that thing. The tongue came out of his mouth. Yes, there you go. I can't slow it down. I don't have a way of doing that. I know a lot of you asking that. I saw it land on his mouth. Somebody said they saw it land on his mouth. All right. He's a reptilian. I think it was a grasshopper, may have slurped up. I know. All right. So do y'all want me to pay? So we're going to our next video where we're going to talk about this in the movie theater. You can kind of tell me a little bit. Do y'all want to see that one more time? Because I thought it was funny, the whole clip. I just thought it was really funny, but we don't really have to see it again. If you don't want to, put one in the chat if you want me to play it again real quick. It's, it's 28 seconds, but it's the whole full motion of what he's doing. So definitely let me know. Somebody he works for FedEx. I'll ask him tomorrow, whoever. All right. So one. Okay. Give me a couple of more ones. I thought it was fun. I'm going to play the full video, and then we're going to move into another clip or video that I think that you'll be the judge of what is happening in the shape shifting. All right, we've got a couple more ones, and so I'm gonna play it one more time in its entirety so that you kind of hear. And like Bobby said earlier, yeah, I thought the tongue came out, and then I thought he played it off really good, and we can kind of go, Buster, what's going on? And we'll do that right now. So let's play it again. Singing from Another World News. Make sure you guys check out her YouTube channel as well. Let's do this. One. I'm going to play it again in its entirety. Roll now.
What happened on that Thursday here at Augusta High School that led to Chris Wood's death?
The fuck is that? Shit! I'm dying in this fucking country ass fucked up town. Shit flying in my mouth. The fuck? I can't see pollen. Let's get the fuck out this country, motherfucker. I can't see me.
Okay. And like I said, I did see no fly. I did not see it. All right, so let's get into the next phase of this. And this, what you're going to see now is a clip of, and I'm showing one is kind of grainy, the other one you're going to kind of see. Now, what I want to set this up is this is something that literally supposed to be a live shape shifter. Okay, this is supposed to be the person that hang on a second. Oh, all right. Okay, so what we're doing is this is a setup in the movie theater is where it is, and you could kind of get to a point to where you're going to see that there's an argument breaks through or ensues between a woman and a person, and or whoever the guy is, and supposedly. But I want you to look at things that I want you to closely look at. Look at that. You can see the clothing. I want you to check out the clothing. Okay, check out the clothing that will be the same when this shape shift happens. Okay, then you're gonna see kind of the guys laying on the floor, and you can kind of see his eyes as then went white. People are leaving, and then all of a sudden you'll see the movie theater. Now, two things you can think. Okay, this could have been a skit. or whatever. So I'm gonna show you both, and you be the deciding factor. I'm not claiming that it's real at all. In fact, you can help me with that and tell me your thoughts. And so we will play into a shorter version, and then I'll play a longer version as well. So one of them I'm gonna show you kind of blowed up a little bit, and then I'll come back and show kind of the cell phone view that from whoever was taking it, with their cell phone. So let's go into this, and it may be a little grainy. Just kind of follow along with it. There's a couple of places, and then I'll come back and show you something that may be a little more clear for you. Okay.
¿Sabes qué? Ya me voy, ya. Me vale madre, me voy. No, ya.
Amigo, ¿qué pasa?
Now, if you notice that, I'll show you a different one now that should be a little more cleaner. Now, what was supposedly took place was that in the one that I'm going to show you, and some of you might have seen it, so let me go into the chat and see what you all are thinking. Somebody told me they're all running because it's Black Friday. And someone else said they seen it before and what happened. Some people said, now someone said it's not real. Some people are saying, yeah, he turned into a man. Yep. Yeah, she turned into a man. I'll show you a more cleaner feed next. Let me see what else. Yeah. So yeah, look at it. You be the judge of what's really happening when it comes down to that. And pretty much. So let me show you a better clip. Like I said, I'm here just as much as you are to really saying what was really going on with this. And so you can kind of tell me from there. Let's go with that. I'm gonna play the other clip a little better. Check it out for you right now. Let's roll.
Mexico City started a fight that made the people around them record them without knowing what would happen next, where the girl changes form at will. The boyfriend was in shock strangely when the shapeshifter touches him and makes contact with the skin. Let's see the video in his original audio.
Tú a lo tuyo. ¿Por qué me grabas? Ya guarda el celular. Ya, ¿sabes qué? Ya me voy, ya. Me vale madre, me voy. No, ya.
Amigo, ¿qué pasa?
All right, so what do y'all think? Now, if you look and break this down, break it down. That was some authentic popcorn on the floor, like a movie theater would have. You see people getting up. You saw the person with the cell phone move back down the stairs as someone would, and you saw him bag out like, hey, I'm still filming, but I'm going out the door. You saw the employee come in, people still walking around, people jumping up. And so let me check the chats again from there. Somebody said, I think it's a movie. And someone say he never paid for the popcorn. No, this ain't. It looks like she takes his identity. Okay, there you go. This dude's from Brooklyn. All right. I need a replay. I'll do a replay in just a moment. The block was too convenient. In other words, look at it. Like I said, you look at how the video of the phone was working, and someone was, and other people, they got up out of there. But then you also kind of just look at all the other things, the other elements of the floor, the employee. Was he authentic when he came in? You know, that wasn't, I don't think that was a, yeah, someone said, I heard it sounded like it was in Mexico. Someone else said, play it again. If y'all want me to play again, put a 1, I'll play it again in its entirety. And yeah, BJ, it didn't look fake to me. I'm still not saying it's authentic. I personally think, I'm like, wow. Okay. And that's it. Somebody else says not real. If it's not real, definitely let us know. If you got any reason to proof that it's not real, and I'm not having proof that it is, and we'll go. But if you want me to, yeah, okay, we got some ones, so I'll play it again. You know, I can check it out, and we can kind of go from there and kind of, oh, somebody else said I got some ones. Zachariah said ones, baby. Play it again. All right, so I'm going to play it again. Check it out. But what I want y'all to watch this time, we already seen what is happening with, you know, with her, because they're wearing the same clothes. So it turned into the man. This dude bamboozle, falls out, but start looking at the floor, the popcorn, the theater, people walking out, almost like an authentic situation of, and you know, again, just check it out. Let's go with it. All right, let's go with the project. I'm going to play it again right now. Let's roll.
Mexico City started a fight that made the people around them record them without knowing what would happen next, where the girl changes form at will. The boyfriend was in shock, strangely, when the shapeshifter touches him and makes contact with the skin. Let's see the video in his original audio.
Tú a lo tuyo. ¿Por qué me grabas? Ya guarda el celular. Ya, ¿sabes qué? Ya me voy, ya. Me vale madre, me voy. No, ya.
Amigo.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts as we get ready to come to a close today? But what are your thoughts about that particular video? Love to hear what you're saying in the chats, and we'll go back in here as well. Okay, I see the switch. She just left him there. Yeah, bring on the meat. All right. Someone else says fake. Might be some drama. Okay, I'm with you. Someone else says there's no one else in the theater, because yeah, everybody ran out of that bad boy. We got another fake from there. All right, so let's do that for as we get ready to come to a close. 1 for real, 2 for fake, and 3 you just don't know. So let's kind of go with that, and we'll go from there. Did they wake up after that? Yeah, he got up and jumped out of there pretty much from there. But anyway, 1 for real, 2 for fake, 3 we just don't know, and we'll kind of go. All right, so we got a 3 already. We got a couple of 2s, fake, a bunch of 2s, bunch of 3s. Okay, all right, 2s and 3s. A little baffled. I get you. And so, well, all right, we got our 1. Crypto says 1 stars a 2. All right, so we got some 3s and 2s. Oh, look at that, bunch of more 1s, and then we got some 3s. So it's kind of one of those things you're like, all right, we just have to do that. 4 for shake and bake. I got you. And I actually received a text from one of our viewers, and he was saying that in Las Vegas, and I mentioned that to y'all earlier, what the reptilian said, and he was saying the same thing. He says, Roderick, in Las Vegas, they're crawling with these shapeshifters, and he said they get high off the sex and everything else, and so There you go. Somebody got a bunch of ones. More power. Okay, we got that. Fake with the sweaters. Yeah, I mean, I thought that was the same. And we just kind of look at that. All right, this is hilarious, James says. It's the shapeshifters. All right. And what happened to the person with the long hair? Well, that was her. She shapeshifted into him when she touched him. And supposedly that's what happened from there. And we got another 2. We have everything else. All right. So with that being said, that's one of those things that, and we're going to get ready to come to a close with the show tonight. And hopefully you enjoy. Make sure you hit the like button and thumbs up. And again, if you haven't had an opportunity to come over to Why the Big Secret, there is a link in the description there. And then we can put a link here in the chat for you to definitely, if you don't have an opportunity to come over and subscribe to Why the Big Secret. And tomorrow, like I said, we have a interview at 3:00. You definitely don't want to miss that as well. It's going to be a great interview. And it's going to be with the paranormal researcher, okay? And his name is Mike Ricksecker. And Mike studies the various topics of lost civilizations, ETs, UFOs, government conspiracies, and everything else. And then Friday, Dr. Ship is going to be there as well. All right, Nutria Nature says she subscribed. Appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing to the channel as well. Right on, Rod. Thanks, Rod. Thank you. And so let me know so that if you enjoyed the show, give me a shout out real quick. You know, just stroke my ego a little bit, and I'll get you out of here. And I hope each and every one of you is going to have the Christmas shopping done, all of those things, and you're going to have a great time doing what you do for the Christmas holidays, and everybody really be safe. And as you know, there's some big storm is coming. I'm here in Texas, Dallas area, so it's supposed to be pretty much. And Anthony says, I thought this was Billy Carson's channel. We got another one. So if y'all don't mind giving him an initiation, Anthony, so he'll know what's up. Thank you again, lady says, good show. Great show from Queen. Sonia, great show. Love the show. Marla, thank you. Notorious says, thanks for giving us something to think about. Okay, cool. Merry Christmas. It's a great blessing. All right. Someone else says, great show. We can definitely do that. Outstanding. Thank you. Pretty much. Keep up the great work. Thank you as well. Yeah, so I'm just glad you guys enjoyed it, and pretty much, and like I said, we will get ready to head out. So again, much love to each and every one of you. I'm here in the Jumbo State of Texas, and this is where those UFOs come out to play. And so we're going to be doing that as well. So we will be back next Tuesday. We got a great show for you coming up next Tuesday, but in the meantime, get on Why the Big Secret, and so you can see me during the week. You can watch some videos there, and I go live during the day at 3 p.m. And so we'll be doing that as well, and pretty much. And so much love to each and every one of you. It's been a plum, pleasing pleasure, as well as a privilege serving you tonight. I'm Roderick Martin, the host of the Why the Big Secret, and kudos here to be here part of Forbidden Knowledge family. And we're going to take this all into another year. So in the meantime, let me get you out. Love you.